friends, this is our last video of Unit 4, talking about constant of proportionality, which is not too different than unit rate. So make sure you have your notes in front of you, you're writing down what I write down. Let's get started. All right, starting with our I can statement, we are going to say that I can find, and we'll say and use, let's get back, and use the constant of proportionality. Okay, so what does that mean? The constant of proportionality is really just the unit rate between x and y. So how many x's are there for just one y? Okay. So our constant of proportionality, we use a variable to represent it when we don't know it, which is the letter k. So k represents the constant, and our equation to describe that relationship is the y value, whatever that is, and we get that from taking k, our constant number, times the x value, okay? And it can be found by taking y divided by x. Because if I take my equation, you don't have to write this part down, right? And I divide by x, the x's go away, and you're left with whatever y divided by x is. Okay, and that'll make more sense when we start using it and showing you what it means. Okay, so we're going to use this half first. A store sells 10 pounds of bananas for $5.90. So I'm going to fill out this table. Okay, so this row is the number of pounds of bananas you're buying. Down here is the price per pound, okay? So it's $5.90 for 10 pounds. Okay, let me get my calculator. Here we go. So, kind of using our ratio table knowledge, from 10 to 5, I would divide by 2. So from 590 to this spot, I'm also going to divide by 2. So I'm going to take 590 divided by 2 is $2.95. Okay. And then we can take 10 divided by 10 to get to that spot, to get to 1. So I'm going to take 590 divided by 10, which is just 59 cents. So 1 pound of bananas is 59 cents. Then for this 0 spot, if you don't buy anything, right, you're buying 0 pounds, you're not buying it, you don't spend any money, so the price or the cost for that is just 0. If I don't buy anything, it doesn't cost anything, okay? So the constant of proportionality is that relationship between them, like we've been practicing before. So, but specifically y divided by x. So before, we might have done x divided by y, but the constant of proportionality, k, is y divided by x. So let's pick one of the points. Okay. So we're going to take 295, my y value, divided by the x value, 5, 0.59. That's my constant of proportionality. That is saying this is the relationship between these two things by multiplication, or the unit rate, okay? So we're going to write an equation to represent that situation. So we're going to say y, my price, how much you're paying, is going to be that constant. So the price of bananas, y, equals my constant, 59 cents, times x, which represents the number of pounds of bananas. So if I take 59 cents times the pounds, that tells me, oh, it's going to cost this much, okay? And then finally, interpreting the point, we're just going to take our labels. Remember that points are always x, y. So this 2.5 is our x value, which is pounds. This 14.75 is our y value, which is our price. So all I'm doing is I'm taking that point and I'm putting labels on it in a sentence. Okay? So that 2.5 is our number of pounds. So if we're talking about shopping, we're going to say 2.5 pounds of bananas will cost. Then I'm going to take that y value, 14.75, and put the $ label, because we're talking about cost, $14.75. That's it, okay? So interpreting a point, we're going to label those, okay? And describe, like, what does that point mean, okay? All right, so from a graph, this graph shows the speed of a subway car, like a little train, okay? So, side note, the constant of proportionality only works if the table or graph is proportional. You can't have proportionality if it's not proportional, right? Those go hand in hand, okay? So first we have to figure out, is this graph proportional? Can I do these steps? The answer is yes, it is proportional. Let me capitalize that so I can use a complete sentence. Right, there we go. It is proportional. Because, sorry, I'm gonna switch pens. It goes, or the line goes, I just use my finger, through the origin 0, 0, okay? So right here, that's the origin, that is a straight line through it. That means it's proportional, we're good to go, okay? So using the graph to find the constant of proportionality, I'm going to pick a point from the graph. Let's pick this one. Okay, let's pick 2, 1. So I'm going to use that point. Remember that this is x comma y to find my constant of proportionality, to find the relationship between those. So k equals my y value divided by my x value. Our y value is 1, x value is 2, it's just 1/2. Bam. okay? So to write an equation, our equation is y, whatever that value represents, equals our relationship, our constant, times the x value, whatever that one represents. So I'm just gonna, instead of k, I'm gonna write my 1/2 times x. Well, let's go look at our graph real quick. So our x-axis is right here, and that is our time in minutes. Our y-axis is our distance in miles, okay? So using our equation, y, the distance, is going to be 1/2 times the time, okay? So if we wanted to figure out how far you were going in 8 minutes, that's our time, which is going to be our x value. So you would take 1/2 times 8. 1/2 of 8 is 4. So you could go 4 miles in 8 minutes, okay? All right, interpreting the point. What does that mean? Okay? So remember that this is x, y. All right, over here. Okay? So if I look at my graph, our x-axis was the time in minutes, and the y-axis was the distance in miles. So we're going to say the subway, I should write smaller, can travel. Our y value is miles, so 1/2 a mile in, and our x value is our time in minutes, so in 1 minute. That's it. All right, flip over to the other side on your homework. I'll do a couple practice problems with you, and then you're good to go. Okay, so your homework, how it works, and I'm gonna zoom out. So this whole column has to deal with this situation. This middle column is about J.C. Quarter, and then the bullseye column. So it goes up and down. Okay? So I'll help you with a few of them. So this is at Kohl's, they sell a pack of 10 pairs of socks for $8.92. Okay? Sorry, I'm sure that was so loud. I'm just gonna write it this way. My face is right here. Okay? So 10 pairs of socks for $8.92. So I need to know how much one pair of socks is. So I'm going to divide by 10. Okay, so 8.92 divided by 10 is, I'll have to squeeze it in there, sorry, 0.892. Okay, so that's all get you started on that one. Okay, so use that information to fill out the rest of it. All right, so using an equation, okay, this is for J.C. Quarter. So y equals 0.91x. So instead of x, I'm going to put in x values from the table I've been given. Like 1. 0.91 0.91 times 1 is just 0.91. Okay. So then for 2, instead of x, I'm going to put in 2. So now to find that y value, I'm going to take 0.91 times 2. Okay, and 0.91 times 2 is 1.82, so $1.82. So you see what's happening? So to find this missing y value, I take that relationship, instead of x, I put in the x value, like 2, I do the multiplication, and that gives me the cost. So I'll let you do the rest. Okay, and then for this one, I know it's kind of hard to see, they probably didn't print well either. So I'm going to label the points. So from here, I go, my x value is 4. And then I go up my y value, which is at 3. So that's that coordinate. Then to this one, I go over to 8. So his label is 8 is my x value. Then my y value is how far I go up, which we went up to 6. So 8, 6 is that coordinate. Okay. All right, and then I'll leave the rest to you. You guys got this. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a mathematical day. Be a kind human. Make good choices.